The main thing we're looking at with the RDL is movement of the hip joint, nothing else. Now, the hip joint is lower than most people think it is. Most people, when I ask them to point to their hip joint, point to the top of their pelvis, right? They point right here. But actually, the hip joint is lower than that. It's the head of the femur, the head of the thigh bone. It's slung in around here. If we were to make a film of this, and we were to put her in CGI Gollum style, we'd put a tennis ball right here. And this is what we want to see move. We then want to see that tennis ball move backwards and forwards. The RDL is a movement of the hip horizontally, not of her torso vertically. The only reason this is going to come down is because this shoots back. Okay, so to begin the movement, you're just going to put a little tiny soft bend into the knee. She's then going to unlock from here and reach those hips backwards. So just reach back forward. Reach. Pause there for a second. Okay, so there's a few things she's doing really nicely in this. The bar is glued against her leg. It doesn't move away from the thigh or the leg at any point. She's keeping a lovely neutral spine through here. So this isn't rounding or changing shape during the movement at all. She's reaching back. What we're trying to find, if you wiggle your toes for me there, right? We want the weight in the heel of the foot. The deadlift, the hinge, the whole family of movements that we call that were the posterior chain. Posterior chain just means everything from the base of the skull all the way down to your Achilles tendon. In order for us to work that, we need to be in the heel of the foot. We're trying to find a stretch in the hamstring in this position. So if you understand back upwards, perfect. Reach back again for me. You're just going to go until you find a stretch in the hamstring. Perfect. And then back up. How far she goes down, keep going for. How far she goes down is dictated more by when she finds a stretch here than how far this bar goes. Some people with longer arms might need to come further down. If you have shorter arms, you're not going to go as far. Some people who have longer lengths of their torso or shorter femurs, that's going to change the angles here. So it's not about the bar coming to just above the knee or just below the knee. It's about going as far through that hip joint as we can before we start having to move at the spine or moving at the knee. So what I'm going to get Fee to do here now is a few of the common mistakes we see when performing the RDL. Okay, so the first one I want her to do is do it with a rounded back. Pause there for me. So you can see we've lost this shape, right? This is rounded. I always think it looks like a cat taking a crap, so you can always use that as your mental imagery. What I want Fee to do to fix this, and she's pretty good at doing this, not everyone's going to have the spatial awareness and the body control to adjust in this position. So I just want her to arch that back. More lift here, lift here. There we go. And then, so this knee's a little fun. Yeah, exactly. That knee is going to shift back. Just push your knee forwards for me again. Knee forwards, knee back. Boom. What we want to try and do, just with that, is when that knee moves forwards, this doesn't change position. So as that knee comes back, right, we're maintaining that. So this doesn't change shape just because this moves. Let's stand up again. Okay. She's also doing a great job here of finishing with their hips. Okay? So when the glutes fully contract, they tilt the pelvis down. We call this a posterior tilt. They drive the hip forward. So when we're trying to finish that movement off, it's a thrust and a clench of the arse, not the low back. Right? Clench. Good. Next one. And back. There we go. Right? For want of a better description, it's known as fucking the bar. Right? Now, we're sticking with this, right?
I thought you were going to say, like, not letting you in.
Wow, okay. Well, you can think of that too. It's also not letting people in. There's a lot of people, instead of driving through their hip joint, finish the RDL or their deadlift at their low back. Arch the low back for me. So she's going to overlift the chest, lift the chest, lift the chest. Right, so they finish by here rather than here. Okay? The reason we then say fucking the bar is no one fucks with their belly button, or if you do, you should really have a word with yourself and make things. A less common mistake, but one that we see sometimes, is overextension of the thoracic spine. Your thoracic spine is all of the vertebrae that make up your rib cage. As with the rest of the spine, we want to keep it in a neutral position throughout the movement so that, again, it comes from the hip joint alone. To extend too much through here is almost like ticked out kind of position. That's what we're playing with through this. So if you go through the movement for me, think sometimes, pause, for a lot of folks, is that because they don't have this issue, they have the opposite issue, they flex too much, cueing this actually solves the problem, right? We've actually now got a neutral spine. But some people who get a little bit of irritation from what we call extension-based back pain, every time they do this, it hurts a lot more. Back pain generally gets classified as either flexion intolerant or extension intolerant. Depending on you and if you struggle with any of that, you might want to pay attention a little bit to some of these cues. Fee actually does have a little bit of an extension intolerance when she goes through her movement. So overextending that back causes her a little bit of irritation. So she's going to focus getting into a reasonably neutral position. Unlock the hip. That just that little tilt. So that little tilt, we call this so we've done the posterior tilt, the anterior tilt where we tilt it forwards. Because the hamstrings attach onto the pelvis, when we tilt it this way, we lengthen and therefore tighten one end of the hamstring. Because we're trying to find a stretch in that position, by anchoring this point, we can get into that stretch in a way that we can't do when we don't get that little tilt. So she's gone for a little tilt, she's now going to go through the movement for me, and pauses when she gets to that hamstring stretch. Good. And then back up, and clench. Now what she's going to do is not do that tilt, and I want her to try and find her hamstring. You're going to have to take her word for this, it's going to be hard to find. Then go for it without the tilt. So don't do that little anterior tilt. Yeah. Go and try and find hamstring without the tilt. Yeah. Anything? Yeah, okay. The reason she's not finding that, and you can see we've now lost position through here. We needed that little unlock of the pelvis so that we can find the hamstring stretch, so that we can load the glutes when the hamstring's up, the spine stays nice and stable, and then we can drive through. One of my favourite ways to teach someone to maintain spine position while learning the RDL or the deadlift is using a broom or any straight pole. We're looking for 3 points of contact between the pole and you, or Fiona in this case. So, back of the skull, between the shoulder blades, and just above the arse, or just on the kind of arse crack there. Right, what she's then going to do is maintain those 3 points while she hinges. So, go through the movement before we find those hamstrings. Knees back a little, lift the chest. Knees back. Good. And she's going to keep trying to maintain those 3 points going. So find the hamstring, pause when you find it. Good. You can see we've still got contact here, here, and here. This therefore hasn't moved. We're using this just as an external feedback device so that she gets some information as to what's happening with her spine. A lot of people really struggle to know where the spine is and how it's moving. If that's you, use something that gives you that information back. Don't trust your own judgment, get something else. You can also do this standing side onto a mirror while you hold that position as well. One thing that's really good to do is when Fiona gets to the bottom of this movement, she's going to stay there for me. Pause. She's going to, if there was a mirror next to you, look, check your position. Does it look like the shape you're trying to create? Don't assume you're there. Pause, and then stand back up. Perfect. Can you now do it for me, losing this bit? So you're going to round the back as you go over. And we can see, pause, we've lost this position here. There's space between the hand and the thing. There's also space even here. The moment we start getting that extra space, we know some of these vertebrae are flexing or changing shape. Stand back up. So we're always looking for those 3 points of contact. Head, shoulder blades, sacrum. My other favourite way of teaching the hinge and the RDL is more of an emphasis on that hip joint coming backwards rather than focusing on going up and down. And the best way to do that is using either a pole with someone behind you or a wall if you haven't got that. All Fiona's going to do is just reach back until her bum touches the pole. Pause, and then stand back up, and again. She's just reaching back. Pause. If she finds that wall and continues to move, it can't be coming from the hip joint, it must be coming from somewhere else. So all we're then going to do, once she's got that, this hasn't changed shape, great, so she's not running. If she's, stand back up again, now I want you to just round over and essentially try the top. She's not really finding the wall, but she keeps changing shape around the curve. That kind of thing. We're not near the wall, but she keeps going down. The reason she's going down is it's coming from the spine again, not the hip, so just stand back up. The next thing we can do is we're just going to take the pole slightly further away. The importance of taking it slightly further away and not really further away can't be emphasized enough. You'll be surprised and amazed at how much of a difference a couple of inches can make in this. So, with that in mind, with these extra couple of inches, just reach back for me. And then up. Good. And then we're just going to keep moving this pole slightly further away, and we're going to find the biggest range of movement for you has got. Reach. There you go. Good. And up. Tiny bit further away. And at a certain point, you're not going to be able to find this pole without falling over. Good. And what you'll find is, the further I take this away, the bigger that hamstring stretch is going to start. You find reach. There it is. There you go. And we're just going to find that. Then all we're doing is queuing up. Take that in a fraction. Go through it again. Just going to do 3 reps, reaching back for the wall and for the pole. Reach. There you go. And remember, if you're going down, but you're not finding the pole, you're going down in the wrong place. Reach. There it is. One more. Reach. There it is. Right.